How long does cannabis stay in your system? I would say about 3 weeks. But buy some drug tests to be sure. I've been a daily user for years and I'm about your weight. It was right at 30 days before I was clean. ETA my experience is only with urine. Take a drugstore test. Stay very hydrated. The application to interview to onboarding. Drug test. For federal employment is a relatively long process. You will be fine, even if you get an interview ASAP. Typically, THC, the psychoactive component of marijuana, is detectable for up to 90 days in hair, anywhere between 1 day to a month or longer in urine, depending on how often the individual uses it, up to 24 hours in saliva, and up to 12 hours in blood. So I'd say for an occasional user like yourself, I wouldn't risk a test for at least 2 to 3 weeks, assuming it's a piss test. I've been piss tested a couple times. Both times it was after I had been de facto hired and they did all the background criminal checks and piss test just before my first day. I find this humorous, especially in places where it's legal. Meanwhile, alcoholics are sneaking sips throughout the day. It shouldn't be an issue as long as you're not smoking on the job. So many people use it for anxiety management. It's ridiculous that employers are still testing for it. At minimum, 30 days after the last regular use. Sometimes as long as 60 days. Or so I'm told. But I was also told this by a therapist who tried to convince me that alcohol can be detected up to 5 days after your last drink. But 30 days is the standard, minimum time to flush out. I think federal does hair follicle, so a minimum of 3 months, but Prop 6 is better. I'm a 165 pounds 22 and pretty cut. I didn't smoke for 1 month, and when I did my drug test it was still in my system. They passed me though. Really depends on your metabolism and stuff. I can piss clean in a couple weeks after daily concentrate use. 30-ish days. You can buy home tests on Amazon. Also, probably not as relevant in CA. But if you've been taking Delta-8 edibles, they show up on drug tests for a longer time than regular THC edibles. Spend at least 30 days being extra hydrated. If possible, do saunas. And Google detox kits, supplements. Stay clean for 1 month. 2 to be safe. And you'll be fine. Make sure to stay sober after getting the job. They don't play around with that. Maybe it'll become federally legal at some point, lol. By the way, Fed government does urine tests. Just stay hydrated. Don't smoke of ingest and you'll be fine. 30 days or so to be safe. For a urine test you do have to drink lots of liquids. A hair test would take 23 months. Maybe more. Wait like a month to be safe. It stays in your system for a long time. Minimum 3 weeks. Most people I know who waited a month were fine. Anything over 6 weeks and you're golden. A month. I work with youth, placing them in employment, work experience. And we tell them 30 days of no weed to pass a drug test. A lot of our companies, particularly in the trades, will have mandatory drug testing and can test without parent consent from 16 years. It took me 2 months. When I quit, I had been an everyday heavy smoker for 23 years and I weighed around 30 pounds. I don't know how true it is, but I've heard your weight has a big effect on long it stays in your system. I recommend using QuickFix if you haven't been clean by the time you got the interview. It's synthetic piss. I can guarantee it works, but finding a way to bring it in will be a challenge. 1. Amount consumed. 2. Weight. 3. Body fat percentage. 4. time since last used. Those all factor into how long it stays in your system. Like others have said, stay well hydrated and also exercise regularly and you will be clean faster. Also on the day of the test, make sure you drink plenty of water. Edit. Realized I didn't give an estimate. I'd say 2 weeks minimum. 4 weeks at least to be safe. Also, drugstore drug tests are a good indicator. 3 weeks for me.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.